What is up, everyone, and welcome to another special edition of The Danny Show. Excuse me. I'm your host, Daniel Cody, and this is where I give commentary and reviews on all things wrestling. Thank you guys so much for joining. Now, I'm not going to give a play by play review like I usually would, but I'm just going to give a couple of thoughts about last night's AEW WrestleDream, which I thought was a great pay per view. I think in all, this was a great wrestling weekend for many wrestling fans. We had NXT's No Mercy on Saturday, and yesterday we had AEW's WrestleDream. Great pay per view. We opened up the show with MJF taking on the Righteous, which was a very entertaining match. First and foremost, MJF asked for the woman to rub his back, not the guy. And that, I'm gonna tell you what that reminds me of. If you watch football or basketball, you notice guys like to slap each other on the backside. No, I don't like other guys smacking my backside. No, no, don't touch, don't do that. Fist bump me, but don't smack me. Don't, please, don't. Just don't. Only my future companion can do that. But in any event, moving forward, I thought it was real funny when MJF asked the girl to rub his shoulder and massage his shoulder, and then the guy comes in and do it. It's like, get it. Security came and got him off. That was hilarious to me. The other thing that I thought was hilarious is thankfully we got to see MJF do the body slam as he promised, and then proceed to do what not even The Rock literally did, which was shove someone's head straight up another guy's candy backside. I thought that was very entertaining. Nonetheless, MJF wins the title, retains the Ring of Honor championships on his own through dirty tactics, including the 5-on-2 lock. And you should have seen the look on his face as he was getting ready to go for the chair. MJF just grabbed him and he was like, that was hilarious to me. We saw, let me see if I can pronounce this name correctly. Katsuyori Shibata. Bear with me. I'm not as familiar with the New Japan guys, so bear with me. Katsuyori Shibata versus Eddie Kingston. Just like Dragunov on NXT No Mercy, Eddie Kingston does the fast chops. We saw chops retained, but it was a powerbomb by Kingston at the end that would win the match, and great sign of respect shown. We saw Chris Statlander take on Julia Hart, who has been building a lot of momentum, undefeated 24 hours prior to WrestleDream. While NXT was taking place, she got herself another of dozens, 2 dozen victories, which is how a dark character like her should be built. But nonetheless, that night belongs to Chris Statlander. And Nigel has a potty mouth using the female dog thing. Just kidding. Nonetheless, we had a 4-way tag. I have to be honest. This one was a lot better than the 4-way tag at NXT No Mercy, but I find it very ironic that both promotions this weekend had a fatal 4-way tag match. It's almost as if we're seeing wars, but thankfully that's not the case. We don't need another war, in my personal opinion. I don't think we need another one of those wars. I don't know why Tony Khan is going to have next Tuesday. AEW is going to be on the same night as NXT. For reasons I don't really understand, I know it's going to be TK's birthday. Happy birthday, by the way, in advance. But why are there 2 birthdays in one? Or 2 shows in one? I don't know. But I know one thing. We don't need another Wars. Great stories back in the day, but we don't need that. But nonetheless, this was a great Fatal four way match with a lot of great moves, a lot more moves than what we saw on NXT's four-way tag match. But nonetheless, this was a great fatal four-way tag match, and it was actually the Young Bucks who would win. And kudos to Nick Jackson for coming back after his little move accident where he slipped up a little bit, but he kept his flow going, and a little foot slipping didn't stop him. Congratulations to the Young Bucks for putting on another great tag match, as they usually do. Adam Page versus Swerve. Tony Schiavone was actually grooving during Swerve's entrance. And fun fact, two-thirds of Seattle's favorite wrestlers actually won tonight. We saw Swerve in a great match despite a couple of crooked errors. We saw crooked tactics, rather. We saw Swerve win in his hometown, and Swerve is a heel, yet because they're in his home, he was the favorite that night. But it was an awesome, awesome, awesome match. We had Daniel Bryan win his match, keeping his promise to his daughter. That was an excellent match. His opponent wants a rematch, but that was great. We would see Yuta versus Ricky Starks. Ricky Starks won that one, but I must say, I don't know if The Undertaker appreciates that new school move that Ricky did where he walked the ropes and went for the forearm. I don't know if The Undertaker appreciated that one. Unfortunately, the Don family, Don Callis' team, defeated Jericho and Kenny and another New Japan star. Unfortunately, I was really hoping that they would win. And in case you missed it, I will say it again. Don Callis' theme song sounds like a succubus subliminal, in my personal opinion. But let's talk about why I'm really here. We have, besides all of those great things, FTR retaining their tag championships. But tonight, in a 2 out of 3 falls match, Christian Cage wins 2-1, tore the ring up literally, pulled the mat off like Moxley and Kenny Omega did. Moxley on commentary, pretty cool. But then we would see Darby, another hometown guy who unfortunately didn't win, lose to Christian. But just when they thought more damage was going to be done, a guy was seen driving a car, a muscle car, and that would be revealed to be Edge. Well, oh no, sorry, Adam Copeland. Remember when MJF was on the press conference and Tony Khan corrected him? He said, you can't call him Edge anymore. So it's like Adam Copeland. Let me say, the press conference, MJF was funny in the press conference. Christian Cage stayed in character in his press conference. Speaking of MJF and staying in character, one of the reasons why The Undertaker, one of my all-time favorites, said that he would love, this guy here, The Undertaker would have loved to share the ring with MJF because he's one of the few guys that actually lives his character, which is a big deal because people don't do that anymore. They smile off camera and they're all over social media, and then we're supposed to believe in who they are. MJF always did that, and now Christian Cage did it at the conference also. But let me just say, Edge appears on AEW and takes out everyone, shakes hands with Sting and Darby Allin. That was the first time Sting and Edge, to my knowledge, on screen have ever met, as Edge admitted on the press conference. And there's a couple of things that were not addressed on the press conference. First off, I'm very happy to see Adam Copeland. I got to get used to calling the man Adam Copeland. I don't know if Adam Copeland is going to be a hashtag or a YouTube tag, but nonetheless, I have to see. But nonetheless, I'm really happy that Adam Copeland is here. AEW may as well be brought to you today by the letter A because there are so many Adams in AEW. You have Adam Page, Adam Cole, Adam Copeland, just a whole lot of Adams. Just all the Adams. Adams. And Adam is elite. So, three awesome Adams. I don't think there are any Adams left in WWE. But in any event, glad Adam is in AEW. I'm really looking forward to seeing. But here's another thought I want to bring up. The Hardy Boys are in AEW as well. And I wonder if we will get a segment that is likened unto Rock and John Cena on SmackDown in Colorado a couple of weeks ago. Will we see that segment between Adam and Matt Hardy? Will they bury the hatchet? Because they have had a very personal rivalry that goes back to 2005 over Lita. So my question is, will Matt and Adam bury the hatchet on screen? That is what I'm real interested in seeing. Christian Cage versus Adam sounds good. A lot of other dream matches. But one thing we won't get to see is Adam versus Punk because Punk is no longer in AEW. Rumor has it he's going to be coming to WWE. Don't know. But one thing MJF said is that the locker room is never been better. And the first thing that made me think of is a lot of people think that because Punk is gone. I don't know all the issues that take place. I don't know. But nonetheless, I'm really excited to see where Edge goes, and will Edge and Matt Hardy have an encounter where they let bygones be bygones? Will we see more of Adam versus Christian Cage? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section what you want to see or how you feel about Adam. We have to say Adam now. We got to practice saying Adam. Let me know what your thoughts are about that in the comment section below. I'm your host, Daniel Cody. That's all the time I have for you today, and I'll be back with another review on all things wrestling. See you later, and God rest the soul of Yokozuna, whom today would have celebrated his birthday. Banzai!